Okay, everybody, hold
awesome.
on. And no matter how nervous you are, And hey, okay, Fireball is done, and we are live. Hi there, folks. This is Dresden Files, powered by Cortex Prime. I am Tom Augustine, also Teslon, and I'm going to be your GM for the night. This is my first time doing this, so it feels a little nervous. So, what this is wow. Okay, what this is a game of the Dresden Files set in the Dresden universe and powered by a game system that was just released called Cortex Prime. Cortex Prime is a modular building block system where it's got a whole bunch of building blocks that you can take the ones that work and add it into your system. As you're watching the stream go through, you'll see dice roll across the screen, and the big thing is going to be how things get. For the general part, the purpose will be the top two of those die will be what count. And when the top two of those die are what counts. And the top two of those die are what counts. And if there's any ones, they become hitches. And they generate complications, which is fun for the GM. So, gonna start right out with the story. As we bring people into the game, they will go through their introductions. And to start this out, I'm going to go to Aaron Dykstra.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name's Aaron, one of two Aarons, so we may refer to me as Lenny at some point. I am playing Roger Brown. Roger Brown is an accountant by day, has a deep love of numbers, and thought he had met Miss Wright until Miss Wright turned out to be a werewolf. And in order to impress her, decided to go down the werewolf path. So he's kind of at a crossroads of deciding which path he wants to go down, his love of numbers or his love of furries.
Okay, didn't think you were going there, but okay. So Aaron, you are a CPA.
Yeah.
You just recently, there is the St. Michael's Hospital in the town. Oh, actually, you back up a second. This story is set in upstate New York. And by upstate, I mean real upstate. This ain't no Westchester County. It ain't no Orange County. This is real upstate, at least halfway up the state. We're doing it. Basically, it's going to take place in the Adirondack Mountains, in the Catskill Mountains, and in the Tri-Cities in between, which are Albany, Schenectady, and Troy. Schenectady has been, shows up in a few derogatory memes and stuff like that around the world. So you might know it from that. But St. Michael's in Albany recently had a computer system failure. And it was a pretty catastrophic one. Took out everything. As a result, they discovered they didn't have proper backups. So while the patient files were okay because they were also stored in other locations, they were able to redo those. Their financial system took an enormous hit. So first thing they did was fire the current CPA company and hired yours. So you have been spending a lot of time in this hospital the last few months.
So I got a chance to set up like my own little like space and go get
Yes.
some cheap hospital coffee.
Yep, you got hospital coffee. You you know the various people in the you know the various people in the facility. You get to go talk to the nursing staff, the clerical staff, because you've got to set up all sorts of new processes in place to go through. So, but now while you're doing that, well, we're going to do a test first off.
Are you testing my CPA knowledge?
No, I am going to stay away from CPA as far as I can. Me and Aaron could spend, the next 2 hours going through how to properly set up an IT organization, but everybody else on the stream would fall asleep and we'd have no viewers at all. So
let's not try to put people to sleep.
Right. That's not the purpose of it. No, what I am testing is your senses. So what we're going to do for you is with Cortex Plus, the purpose of it is, first off, the GM, whenever there's a contested roll, the GM assigns a difficulty to it. And he rolls that up front. So in this case, this difficulty is going to be 2d8. And I just click the roll. And so the total of that 2d8 is 8. So whatever Aaron rolls, he has to beat that.
Goodness gracious. An 8? All right. So this feels like a physical stat.
Yes.
It also feels like this is probably notice.
This would be notice.
And I'm thinking that my werewolf background comes into play here.
Yep. Now, what his werewolf back, every one of the players has 3 distinctions. And those distinctions are what set them apart. You'll discover them as they go through and talk about it. The fact that he's a werewolf is his supernatural distinction. So if you want to go ahead and roll.
Oh, distinctions are D8, so we're going to go with that.
Yep. Unless you want to stage it down or stage it up. You're just going to stay with.
I'm going to gamble. Just going to stick with it.
Okay.
So I sniff around in the air and I got a 9. Right?
Yep. You got a 9 and no 1s.
How about that?
So, so you do pick up on it. You're still fairly new to this, so it's not. But you're picking up fear.
Oh, the stink of fear. Wait, no, that's not my character voice.
Yeah, it's more than it should be.
It's a hospital.
Yep, it's a hospital, but it's just.
I think I want to find where it's coming from. So I like this is. I've been here for a few weeks. This is unusual.
Yes, this is new. So okay.
Yeah, wander out into the hallway and keep sniffing my way down the hall until I can see where this is coming from.
Okay. You it's not like it's not like it's in any one place. It's not like you're following a trail. It's just everywhere's. It's just all around. Everybody has this nervousness to them, even like the nurses.
So I'm
They're
noticing each person I'm encountering has this fear smell coming off of them.
Yeah, it's just they're tense. They're afraid of something.
Do I have that same odor coming off of me?
No, you're not really afraid of anything. I mean, that's one of the parts. You've been a werewolf long enough that you've discovered that there's not a lot mortal that can hurt you.
Well, I'm afraid of my boss.
That's yes, okay, you're right. That's an economic fear, though.
Not exactly a physical one.
Yes.
Who isn't?
But yeah, it's just everywhere's. Now, it's not everywhere's in the hospital. It's in this ward that you walked into.
What ward am I in?
You are in the pediatric ward.
Kids.
Yep, the kids are. That's the one difference. Yeah, the kids seem to be more affected, but it's everybody. Why don't you go ahead and give me a social plus notice roll
Social
for just seeing what if there's anything different with them, or the difference between them here and there in other parts of the.
I'm assuming my distinction everyday job isn't, or werewolf isn't going to come into play here either.
Everyday job could, because you have to evaluate people.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Oh no.
Okay, well, you got lucky there, because what I didn't do is I didn't roll ahead of time. I asked you to roll, and I didn't set the parameters. So because I did that, you do get along. So okay, so I get a 5, and there's a 1. Now, if anybody had any complications, they could use that 1 to buy them off from me. But I haven't handed any out yet, so I get by on this. So
you're not going to give me
one? What? I'm not going to give you a complication?
I mean, I got 2 1s.
No, I hadn't rolled yet. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and re-roll your. Okay, well, you were just faded.
Wow.
Come on, you couldn't roll 3 1s there? You had to roll a 2?
Yeah, so 3 1s is bad enough that he can give me complications and not give me plot points. So thankfully I got.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So as Aaron's rolled out of 6 dice, Aaron has rolled 4 1s. So what complications do I give you?
I'm just getting it out of my system.
Yeah, that's what they say. All right, so for the complications, this was a D6 test. So I can either give you, you know what? Let's just use this For the GM, okay. Um, you spin. You spin quickly. You're still getting used to your werewolf body, where you've got your speed's a little faster, and you literally spin too quickly, crashing into a cart, um, sending various things flying, and you end up with a scalpel stuck in your leg. That's the now, realistically, for a werewolf, that's actually not that big a complication. It's not that deep or anything like that. But you did get a known I will
D6 or
call it D6 showing wound.
I used to be a CPA until I took a scalpel to the knee.
And in your jump, we are going to switch to now. Before I give you the second complication, we're going to switch to Christine.
No, Christina.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
I am playing Scarlett McReynolds. She is an ER doctor from Edinburgh, Scotland. Unfortunately, she has been bitten by a red court vampire, and as a result, is a part of the Fellowship of St. Giles. And that particular fellowship, you get certain tattoos that wrap around your body that act as a warning sign when your bloodlust is getting to the point where you might feed, because a red court vampire in the Dresden series doesn't become a full vampire until they feed on their first victim. So she, as a doctor, really struggles with that she's in this position. But fortunately, she, while she was an ER doctor, she met some wizards. And when they would get hurt, very similar to being a night nurse, she would take care of them kind of off the books in exchange for some mentoring with some magical, supernatural stuff, because she's always kind of had a sixth sense. So she just came to Albany because working in the ER, the bloodlust was really difficult because she had a need to help, but it was getting in the way of her vampiric impulses. So she's come here to Albany to start a new chapter of the Fellowship of St. Giles in case there's any red court bitten people, and hopefully she can come and do some good and keep them from turning completely red court vampire.
Now, one thing that I didn't mention before was that this is set just after White Night in the Dresden timeline. So the war with the Red Court is still going on. So that is a real thing. And Christina's character, Scarlett, is one of the unfortunate friends of the White Council that got bit and attacked. So Scarlett is you'd gone there to meet your friend. He had gotten called off of something, so you're leaving through the pediatric area. That there tends not to be that much blood in the air or anything like that in this area, so it's an easy way to do it. Go ahead and give me we're going to go through the same thing that Aaron went through when you entered in the pediatric. Go ahead and give me this would be mental.
Okay.
So
I just roll my D10.
Yep. Well, it'll be mental and there's something wrong supernaturally. So one of
Okay.
your distinctions covers supernatural, correct?
Yeah. Minor talents and supernatural and potions. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So detecting magic is what I think we agreed with. So go
Yeah.
ahead and roll, and it would also be from there. It would be notice. So you'd
Okay.
want to roll your mental stat, your dice for your mental, for one for
Okay.
that, your dice for your notice skill, and then a D8 for your distinction.
Okay. This is new for me. So
Yep. Yeah. No, it's new for everybody but Aaron.
what color?
Aaron,
You said a D8.
a D8. Yes, the D8 is the D8's purple.
The purple one.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So 1d8. One. Now, if I made my notice a D8 instead of a D4,
Then you
I
go
will-
ahead and then you boost that up to 2 D8.
2. And then my mental being D10, do a
Yep.
10,
You do a 10.
which,
Is the black right
okay,
next to it.
thank you.
Yep.
Without my glasses, that was interesting. And then to roll, you just click the,
You just
Oh.
click. Okay. Now, out of the 3 die, see,
Where'd
Aaron,
it go?
they're. Oh, well, I can see them, so they must be on your.
If
Yeah,
you click the screen that removes the dice, so
Yeah. But
Okay.
so Aaron, this is what happens when you don't roll ones.
And you didn't set the threshold.
I didn't set the threshold. I screwed that up. You're right. I did screw that up. But
he still set after he set the threshold. You still rolled 2 ones.
but the
Yeah,
threshold, the threshold, even if I use that, I can't beat her threshold because she rolled a 7 and an 8.
But you want to see how low it is because the hero die.
Oh, yep. All right. So let me set the threshold. I believe that was so. What we do with this is you take your 2 highest, which are 7 and 8. So
Okay.
you got a 15.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna roll my threshold.
Oh.
Wow.
That was
So
close.
that was
Way to
close.
go.
That much.
Yeah. So okay, so you still won. You still beat me. But yeah, there's no. It's not an extraordinary success. All right. So what you pick up on is it's just there's just an aura of fear over this place. Like it's kind of pulsing on a supernatural level.
Do I recognize this particular aura in general?
No, this is something you haven't encountered before.
Okay. Do I notice that Roger is there investigating?
He wasn't really investigating. He was kind of walking around. That I'm getting to now.
Okay.
As you're kind of walking around just everywhere. It's not in any one spot. A lot of times with working spells, you can trace it back to the center, but it just seems to be all throughout this section of the building. At which point you hear a crash, and you see somebody essentially jumping at you.
Oh.
So why don't both of you go ahead and roll? I believe the skill is move.
There's a skill that's move. Yes.
Yep. So Roger, why don't you go ahead and roll physical and move? And Christine, it's up to you. It's up to you which which ones you roll. You got to roll physical, and then whatever
Right.
skill you use. This guy in a suit is just kind of jumping at you. Do you go
Okay.
for fight, or do you go to just get out of his way?
I'm just gonna go to get out of his way.
Okay.
So just the 1d8, right?
Nope. You go ahead and hit the D8 for your physical,
Yeah.
and then your move skill.
Which is a 6.
Yeah.
Did it go?
Give it a second. Sometimes it's
Oh, there you go.
okay. So you're both close enough that you end up, kind of catching each other so you don't crash into each other. There is one problem, Scarlet. You smell blood.
Well, I'm going to initially shun and back away.
Yep.
But she's the doctor, so she sees it and she's going to want to help. So I would grab some kind of stack of gauzes or paper towel and throw it at him and say, put this on that. And don't
Okay.
touch the scalpel.
I just pull the scalpel out, put it on the thing,
And
pat
she's
over
like,
it. It's
don't
fine.
you listen?
That's fine.
Okay, but she's still backing up. She doesn't want to be anywhere near the blood.
Okay.
And she can feel her tattoos start to act weird, and she knows that they're going to go bright red where they're normally invisible.
Yep. Well, it takes quite a bit to get them to go. You have to really tap into your power for them to go that. This is just a little bit of blood.
Okay.
It's not there. Okay. Aaron, go ahead and give me a actually, before I forget this, I'm going to set the difficulty again. Man, I think because she hides it well. Okay. Okay. So I rolled a 1.
I have plot points. Actually, I got plot points in addition from the complications you gave me.
Yes, you did. So you can buy off that. You can buy off that complication.
Yeah, I'm buying off that complication.
Okay. Okay. So what's your because pretty much it just heals up almost immediately. It was just shallow enough. So so you can go, hey, it just cut the pants.
Yeah. There's blood on the pants. Ignore the pants. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you've got that out of the way. Go ahead and give me a this would involve your werewolf senses.
Okay.
Notice and physical. Actually, yeah, physical.
All right.
Okay.
Let me get my card back out.
Yeah. Okay. I remember when we were talking about this system, you said it's the complications that make the system great.
And I thank you for demonstrating this to us greatly.
So as an example, I am being awkward as all hell. And so, a complication could be, like you said, the difficulty was 10. I could have a D10 stepped up to a D12 complication around awkward around others.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much that actually sounds like an excellent one for this situation. You've just completely embarrassed yourself in in this in this area. Yeah, you have a D12 awkward around others complication. Um and on top of that, you don't even pick up you also fail the roll. Okay. So, by that same token, I'm doing the same roll for Scarlet. Okay.
Make a.
Can I give you a complication?
I just
Anybody can buy. So if you don't have anything you want to buy, I would like to buy mine down to a D8.
That's fine with me.
Yep.
Complication DM is speechless.
Yep. Jeez. Okay.
It's only a little awkward now.
Yep. A little awkward. Go ahead and give me the same roll you did before. Your
6 and the 8.
Your notice skill,
Mhm.
your notice skill,
Yeah.
your mental stat, and the D8 for your magical distinction.
And the D10 is what color?
Black.
It's the black one on the bright side.
Okay. And then the D6 is the
Red one on the top.
red
right.
one.
Yeah.
And that, sorry, without my glasses, and I'm already
Yep.
colorblind. So
Okay.
the second one on the left, is that the
That's the
D8.
D8, yes.
okay. Sorry.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole not being able to see thing is why, despite the glare, I have
I-
to have my glasses.
Yeah.
Right.
Same.
Yep. Okay. All right. So you didn't get any ones, which so
Seem to be the only one not rolling
Yep.
ones.
I know.
um,
Means that I'm better.
Yes,
Like,
Yep.
give me a chance. I haven't rolled dice yet.
Me neither. It's fine.
he's a supernatural creature. He's also got human scent. He's also he's also human, but he's some kind of supernatural creature.
Okay.
You haven't
Well, I would notice right away that something was off, and I would feel it.
Yep.
Um,
Yes. That's what you feel that he's definitely there's definitely something out of the ordinary about him.
Okay. Can I speak to him?
Yeah, go ahead. He's standing there kind of awkwardly adjusting his pants,
Okay.
trying to hide that
blood.
hide the blood and the cut in him. But so yeah, go ahead and
Okay.
let's open role play for between the two of you.
Hey, why don't you come over here and let me see that?
I mean, it's fine.
No,
I
really, I'm a doctor. Let me just see it.
It was just a scratch, a profuse bleeder.
I'm gonna reach out and just grab his elbow, kind of, and usher him into like a one of the rooms or something that we could stand in, and I'm just gonna look and be assertive like she is.
Yep.
Where do I get cut at?
Honestly, with the tray and it just kind of fell. I was thinking the upper.
The upper thigh.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like I'm.
No, look. Oh, it is. It's just really like a little wound, and it's healing really fast.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Is it? I understand that. But it seems like a little bit more than just a gift.
Yeah, it's. I've just got, good genes. Well, except for the cut ones I just cut.
As I could see. I'm Dr. Scarlett, and I'm just here visiting a friend. But I just moved here, and I'm really interested in seeing things that maybe other people don't see.
It's a weird place.
Yeah. Feels
Yeah.
weird.
What brings you to the... So your friend's in pediatrics?
No, he's a doctor here, but I like to come through pediatrics because I like to see the kids.
Nothing else brought you here?
Well, to be honest, as I was walking through here, it was kind of giving me the creeps because it seemed like there's a lot of, I don't know, like a weird feeling here, like lots of fear. Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the same vibe.
Really?
Yeah, it's good. Like everyone in this ward smells of fear.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's weird that you say it like that because not a lot of people would know what fear smells like. And trust me, I really do know what fear smells like.
You do?
I do. Yeah. I've been around a lot of afraid people as a doctor and some other things in my life.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. How did you recognize it? Is it like I wonder if we feel the same thing.
I think so. Like if you're getting the same vibes I am, like there's got to be something here.
Right. Yeah.
And all the other people feel nervous, right?
Yeah. Like they know something's going on. It reminds me of like humidity in the air. Like everyone's kind of tense and it's sticky and uncomfortable. It kind of reminds me a little bit of something I experienced when I was in Edinburgh.
Oh.
Yeah. I had a friend who would tell me these crazy stories about experiencing kind of like the sixth sense. I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but for me, it's always been very real and I can feel it.
Yeah, it's. I felt it. I haven't felt it before here. I mean, but yeah, I've seen it elsewhere.
Yeah, I wonder what it is and what's going on.
I mean, I don't work here. I'm here helping out. They hired my boss's firm.
Oh,
And I've been in the hospital for a few weeks, and like this hasn't been this way. This is something like today.
yeah. I totally understand. I always leave through here because it's the most, I don't know, best area to breathe for me. Yeah. I mean, I don't know who else we could talk to see if they're experiencing or what maybe is going on.
I think we just look around and see if, because it doesn't seem to extend past the pediatric ward.
You're right.
See if there's something in here, or find a thing, or maybe some creepy children.
Yeah, we can look for that. Maybe it's like concentrated in one particular area if we walk around.
Yeah, let's look around.
Okay.
Okay, so two of you are walking around together?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. As you're walking around, you pass a few people. Aaron, at this point, the various nurses have gotten to notice you, and as long as you're not trying to talk to them, they smile. Once they realize you're just you're walking past them, they smile. Otherwise, they come to dread those. What do you mean you do it this way? Moments. But once they realize you're not actually there to talk to them, hey, they smile and nod. And as you walk around, let's see. Hey, no ones.
It's possible.
That's yeah, it is. It's okay. So, go ahead and roll. Sorry. Go ahead and roll for Aaron. It's excuse me. For Aaron, it's physical because you're depending on physical stats. Your werewolf. Okay, if our things popped up, she'll be right back. Actually, they're not too bad. But we lost Ava for a second. All right. Anyways, Aaron, you need
Physical werewolf and notice.
And notice, yes. Actually, focus. Believe it or not, focus. And same thing for similar for you. For Scarlet, it's mental.
Mm-hmm.
And did you roll?
Yes, I rolled.
You rolled 2 1s.
I did.
Oh my goodness.
I love 1. 1 is the loneliest number.
So I have a question. If I have a really high, because I'm rolling notice, right?
Yep.
And it's not the kind of notice quite yet that I would have to roll the highest. Can I roll a lower number and get a plot point?
You can. Well, what you can do is, you can't do it with skills.
Okay.
But what you can do is, and in this case, actually, it's your mental and focus.
Okay.
Because you're trying to triangulate stuff. It's kind of focusing on what's happening. So you want to roll
the D8, the D10, and the D6.
Yep.
Okay.
But if you want to stage down one of them, you can stage down your D8 to a D4.
Oh, okay.
And that gets you a plot point.
Okay. Well, I already rolled. So
okay. Wow.
Quite nicely, in fact.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know what? I'm just going to stay with the awkwardness.
You're going to step it up too? Back up to 12?
Yep, back up to 12.
Damn it.
You are not going to be doing well in social situations.
You currently have all the social cool of a 12-year-old asking out their first crush.
Yep.
That scans.
However, Scarlet, what you find is that as you walked around, the closer you are to an outside wall, the stronger it is.
Okay.
That's what you're able to you figure out.
Okay. I'm still with Roger though, right?
Oh yeah, yes, you're still with him. He just he's trying to sense, and he literally just bumped into you and it was hands in the wrong spots, everything that could just go wrong when a man and a woman bump into each other. He hit all those. He ticked all those boxes. Completely accidental.
Okay.
But he definitely still with you. Trust me.
Okay. Well, she's
Sorry,
gonna
sorry.
make. Are you all right?
No, I'm never right.
Well, I'm really feeling that weird feeling a lot when we get close to the outside walls. And you may think I'm crazy, but someone taught me how to kind of decipher some kind of way to figure out what more distinctions about what it is we're feeling.
We're feeling awkward.
You're awkward, but
Oh.
we're feeling fear. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and the fear seems to be getting stronger. In a lot of my medical research, I kind of drifted off into like studies of other kinds of alternative medicines, and I kind of came across like potions and spells, and I learned a lot from this man I knew in Edinburgh. And he kind of taught me how to put together some items and try and start to decipher what it is we're experiencing.
Okay. Is the fear coming from someplace?
I don't know for sure, but it feels like it's stronger on the outside walls of the pediatric unit. So I don't know.
Because when you went to one of the ends that actually leads into
What?
That would lead into another wing. That wall wasn't. It wasn't strong. It started getting weaker.
Okay.
But when you get closer to the outside walls of the walls that are on the outside of the building, that's when you felt it.
Okay.
And when she mentioned it to you, Aaron, you could smell the difference.
If you want to stay here, I can run around.
That's probably a good idea. But is running safe for you, Roger?
Oh yeah, it's totally fine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Totally fine.
Okay.
As long as I don't run into anybody.
Okay. Can Scarlett for one of the spells that she knows, since she's by herself, can she try to pull some things together to get more information?
From this part, you're probably going to need. You kind of picked up as far as your abilities as much as you can. You
Okay.
could probably do some stuff with if you can get some paraphernalia.
Okay.
And possibly some of this stuff, but you don't have it with you.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna keep walking around the pediatric unit and pay attention to the nurses and the kids. And see.
It's pretty consistent. It's a consistent field that's just there.
Okay.
Aaron, when you said you're running around, what are you doing?
I've been at the hospital for a while, so it feels like I would know roughly where that is on the outside wall.
Oh yeah, you would.
My plan is to go around the wall because after Scarlett was able to tell me what was like, it's here. Yeah. Okay, well, I can find the other side.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to give. Go ahead and give me a. How much would you have? Well, actually, how much time did you spend on the actual grounds of the place? Would you get out as much as you can, or you're still trying to stay with the, you go into a building and stay in there?
I'm probably in buildings most of the time.
Okay. All right.
That's where my numbers are.
Right. Okay. So go ahead and give me a mental plus a no roll.
Mental no. No. Ooh. Day job?
Not really, because of what your day job is. Wow.
Oh my God.
Every roll will have a 1. It feels like every single one.
Every one of his
Wow.
rolls, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he does succeed. He does
Yay.
succeed. However,
Call a yes nut.
um,
Can a complication go up to a D20?
That takes me out of the scene.
yeah, it does.
Okay.
Which actually, I'm almost that would be rude.
That's totally fine.
Well, but actually, yeah, it kind of does make sense. Yeah, that. Okay, so these vines that are like snaking up the building, they weren't here that long ago. I mean, because you did go around the grounds once as part of the thing, just for that, and they weren't here. And we're talking like this is like thick vines all the way up the side of the building. And it's not like this building has a trellis around it. So you're not sure how long ago they were, but how long you don't come out a lot, but you know that within the last couple weeks, these vines have grown up, which doesn't make any sense. As you go up to take a look at it and you step away, your pants get torn by the thorns on the thing. So your awkwardness has now gone to you definitely do not
I've
want to
gone
walk.
plaid.
Yeah, you've gone, yeah. You definitely do not want to walk back onto the pediatric wing with the state your pants are in. They arrest guys that walk on a
This is upstate New York. Like, am I near the woods? Like, is this a way like I can just go like full like dog biscuit and then like bolt for home so I can go get another pair of pants?
Actually, yes. It's not. This area that you're in is quite enough. You go ahead and yeah, you can bundle up your clothes so you can take them in your mouth because you don't want to leave your wallet there.
No,
but yep, you take off. So
Remember, 2 legs bad, 4 legs good.
Yeah. All right, so everybody give Aaron a congratulations.
Good job.
He has complicated himself out of a scene. This is the first time that's happened. And he's the first one to lose his pants in the adventure.
Are you planning for more pants loss? I mean,
I wasn't planning for any pants loss,
but the tone has been set. There is precedent.
Yeah. Okay. So, Christine, you were talking about you might need some paraphernalia to do some kind of a ritual.
Yes.
Something to see what's happening. What you do know a place that you can go.
Okay.
That does actually have you've been in town long enough and you were able to recognize that he actually is a practitioner.
Oh, okay.
Of limited means. I assume you don't keep it. I mean, when somebody comes in who knows for it, you don't hide it, right?
Depends on how much the clientele is there. If it's, like just me and the person, nah, not really. But if there's somebody else, it might be like, let's discuss it somewhere not in the public eye.
Yep. Yeah. But that, I mean, it's not, you guys don't know each other that well yet, but you did discover it. So he does have the means and some of the stuff there.
Okay.
And it's not that far off.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me 2d6 roll just to see.
You're talking to me, right?
Yes.
Okay. No ones.
No ones. Okay, you don't hit the dog that's running through.
Okay.
Okay, so you go to a place called Remedies.
Okay.
And Bort, if you want to, while you walk in the door, Bort's character is there. Why don't you go ahead and introduce Hugo.
So I'm playing Hugo Mitchell, a average height, like 5'8" or so, man with late 20s look, hair down to about his shoulders. Got that, it's brown hair, but it's kind of got that sun-kissed brown from constantly just being out in the world. Always maintain a light tan. He is a purveyor of local, like, natural remedies, herbal-based, stuff like that, but also has been a small-scale practitioner since he was 16 and had a bad experience with lemonade.
Okay. At this point, you guys just go ahead and role play what you need. As far as what you need for things, we'll just call it that you need X, Y, and Z. We won't get into the metaphysical parts
Okay.
of it to do a ritual to find out where a magical field is coming.
Okay. I've been here a few times, so and Scarlett's really great with names, so she would remember Hugo.
Okay.
Hi, Hugo. How are you?
How are you tonight? Wait, what time of day is it?
I don't know. I think it's the evening.
No, actually, it would probably be late afternoon.
Okay. I have a weird question for you. I was just at the hospital, and have you ever been somewhere and you just feel like a heaviness, like something else is going on? And I know you and I have talked about, using different alternative medication and ways to heal things and different things that can happen. But really crazy is this vine kind of garden is growing on the outside of the hospital. But what it feels like on the inside in the pediatric unit is like just intense fear. Like everyone's affected, but it's nowhere but the pediatric unit.
Are we talking like everybody's just kind of anxious, like they're waiting for bad news? People are actually starting to show freakouts?
No, I mean, like, I feel like we're on the tipping scale between nervous, notice they're uncomfortable, anxious, and then, like, any longer it feels like it could spur into something that's a little bit more chaotic.
You said there's random vine growth?
Yeah, like it looks like a garden of some sort is growing on the outside of the building. It's very strange, but
That's a bit odd.
Yeah. And like I have this intense need to really help people, and I hate that they're experiencing this kind of fear. I've been there and it's awful. So I thought we could put our heads together, maybe put together something where I could do a ritual or some kind of circle, some kind of spell that maybe would help me identify some more information to get more help.
got some stuff in that could help with that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Steve, take over the shop for a bit. I'm being called into the hospital for help. And then I'm gonna give me just a moment or two, Scott. I'm gonna collect some things, and I'm gonna step back into my workshop area, grab a satchel that has X, Y, and Z ingredients that Scarlett's looking for, plus some other random bits that I think might be helpful, and a book on vine growth for my botany collection, for my book collection.
You've got one. It's not a particularly good book, but you got some. You got one.
Something that I could at least try and find some reference to.
Yeah. No, you recently came real close to getting a better one, but it disappeared before you could get there.
Let's keep eBay auctions.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna switch to Ava for a second. Ava,
Hello.
first off, hey, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
I am Ava Rogers. I'm on a couple other streams. You can catch me every other Tuesday right now over at twitch.tv/Lucas G Variety on a Dungeon World campaign over there. I'm on an every other Thursday night next week for D&D. We're doing Yawning Portal. I'll be on the Mech Warrior stream on Shadowcasters Network starting next Tuesday. So I'm in a couple other games. And eventually you'll be hearing me if you listen to the Shadowrun actual play podcast, the Arcology. I'm on that game starting season 3. So I'll be on there eventually as well. And for here, I am playing Kassir Baker, a nobody who knows nothing about anything paranatural or supernatural, aside from the books she reads and sometimes tries to write, but they're not very good. She works at a small used quote-unquote bookstore called Relics and Rarities that specializes in the more esoteric, weird stuff. It only stays afloat because the elderly owner doesn't have anything better to do. And in her free time, she works kind of freelance for some of the older libraries and private collections, doing cataloging and sometimes translating. She speaks Latin, but she also knows some French and German and passable in some of the Celtic languages. She's just a nerdy nobody.
Okay. Well, this goes back a couple weeks in terms of the game time. You get you're watching the store. The owner was done for the day. Went back. You're watching it, getting ready to close up. And this guy comes in with a box. He's about 6'2", lean. Has a fairly straightforward, not military, but just a regimented, haircut. Not too long, clean shaven. And he comes in and he sets the box down in front of you. I was wondering, you sell books here, right? Or you buy books and
Yes.
sell them?
Sometimes.
I'm cleaning up my uncle's place. He just passed away, and I was wondering, these are kind of old, musty. I wasn't sure if they were worth anything. You mind taking a look?
Sure. Yeah. I can take a look at them, and I will speak with the owner and see if he will be interested. But yeah, let me take a look at these.
Okay.
Just kind of
The first time you look at it, you stop yourself because these are at least a couple hundred years old.
So your uncle, was he a collector?
Oh man, this place was packed full of stuff. I mean, yeah, he collected all sorts books, some weird stuff down in the basement. I don't have a clue as to how I'm going to get that. Big cast iron ring, sunk into the floor of the basement. All sorts of other stuff. Not a TV in the place. And the electrical, man, that's barely, it's still knob and tube. It's going to be a major renovation. But yeah, the place is packed full of stuff. Stuff like these old books here and such. I wasn't sure. I had to start getting some of them out so I could, find the wall.
Right. She's kind of like just looking at the cover of this. Well, it's old. This book. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Underwood will be more than happy to take these. If you would, she like pulls out a card from on the counter somewhere. Moves a couple things before she finds them. She's like, if you could give me your just write down your information here, and I'll talk to Mr. Underwood.
Okay. He writes down all the information. Give me. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and roll the. I'm finally getting in the habit. I roll the thing first. Whoa. Okay, that was more dice than I wanted to roll. Didn't want to do that to you. But go ahead and roll social and influence. Okay, thank you for the hero die for Scarlet.
Awesome.
It's
Goodness.
a 5 and a 1. You're not alone with the ones now.
Okay. All right. So you failed. Actually, I think you.
Yeah.
Yep. You failed, and you got a complication. This actually works out.
Glad I could help.
Yep, this actually works out perfectly. At the you take all his information and everything, and then you're looking at the books, focused on the books, and then when he walks out, then after he walks out, it's one of those moments where it clicks. Wait, I think I just agreed to go on a date with him.
Wait, what?
You,
No. No.
you didn't mean to. You didn't actually mean to. But yeah, it's a yeah. But you got the books. That's the important thing. And it wasn't for a couple. It wasn't going to be for a couple weeks. So you'll figure out a way to get.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, but looking at the books, some of them are in Celtic. There's some old Germanic languages. And here, quite a bit of Latin. And they're all, looking at them, they appear to be folklore books full of all sorts of information about things that happened. Some of them are journals about things that have fantastical things that happened. Some are just catalogs of various fantasy creatures. You're actually going to have to test the paper. I mean, they look that old, but you're going to have to test it to be sure, and then not just that somebody decided that they were going to take, their D&D game and fake up some old books to do it. I mean, it would be an expensive thing, but you've met stranger people.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that has set you up for it. So you guys get back to the hospital.
Okay.
Hugo and Scarlet. Scarlet, you got a hero die, which is something that you can use a plot point to add to any dice roll.
Okay.
If you decide to.
Even after you've seen the result, so that give it a bump.
Yep.
Nice.
So you need to boost it up. You need to boost it up because you want to.
Is it a D8?
Yes, a D8.
Awesome.
So, now if you get multiple ones, you can stage up them, or you can just keep building them.
Oh.
Keep the number going.
And do I get to keep this hero point just for this game, or it can stay with me throughout?
It'll stay with you throughout the adventure
until you spend it.
Okay.
Yeah, until you spend it. Okay. So you guys do get back there. What are you doing to investigate?
I'd like to see the vines and stuff that's growing on the outside first. Take a look, see if I can identify that. Anything I've encountered in my time here.
Okay. Oh, that's true. Go ahead and give me a botany roll, I believe.
Is that mental and botany?
Yep, be mental and botany.
All right.
And do you have a distinction that goes with that?
Not exactly.
Okay. Yep, you're right. I looked at him.
Yay.
And I forgot. Okay. Keep forgetting to do that. Okay, so you got a 3 and a 5?
I figured I'd at least be able to tell the difference if it's Ivy or kudzu.
Yes.
The heck.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't beat that roll.
I did not. In fact, that's a Austin. What was this? What stage up the successes, Aaron?
What stages? It's 5, but it's only for the player side.
Oh, I know it's only for the player side, but if this had been reversed, you would have gotten you've got a big damn hero die out of it. You got a hero die.
Gotcha.
You beat me by that much. So, yeah. It's magical, but you have no idea about its origins.
All right. I'm gonna reach into my satchel, pull out a pair of gloves and like some small pruning shears. I'm gonna
Okay.
walk up to it and snip off like a few leaves, maybe see if I can get like a strand of this vine that I can test with later, and then seal it up in like a little plastic bag inside my satchel. Ziploc bag.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and give me the your roll for gathering it. So I would say
Would this be more on knowledge, knowing where to cut it?
yeah, this would be more knowledge and yeah, this would be more mental and botany.
Okay.
And I will toss in potions master because you do know it. You do have to collect your own materials.
Alrighty. And that's just a D8 for that one, right?
Yep.
So I got a 12.
You got. Well, actually, here's the thing. You didn't get a 12. Well, yeah, you did get a 12. Wow. Okay. I did math wrong in my head. Okay. You are able to cut a piece off. Both of you give me mental and notice rolls. But let me roll what it's doing first.
Whoa.
That's not my intention.
Wait, so that's the dice pool I got to face. I'm gonna need to spend some time researching. All right,
So
you
just
said-
both of you go ahead and roll. You're rolling against it.
mental and notice.
Yep, mental and notice.
and it looks like target number is 11.
Yep, target number is 11.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
That's Scarlet's roll. Here's mine. Not quite enough.
That actually, that makes perfect sense. You see him cut it, and it was tough, but he cuts it. He collects it. Scarlet, you're standing back a little bit from him. The vine doesn't appear to like being cut,
Oh.
and it's coming down at him in a whipping motion.
Oh. Okay. Scarlet's gonna notice that.
Yep.
And use her strength and speed and grab him and throw him out of the way.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and that would be physical
Mm-hmm.
fight, and add in a D8 for your vampire distinction.
Okay.
And let me roll the part first for it.
Okay. Fight, physical, notice.
Okay. Target is 14.
This sounds like it's gonna tickle.
Yep. Okay. Hugo, you gain a. Let's see. Okay, you gain a D6 complication of we'll call it whipped. the back, your back has been, the clothes on your back have been torn open, and the thorns raked a shallow cut.
Like,
Oh,
when you gain a complication that the GM gives you, he's buying it off you, so you get a plot point.
Yep.
Oh,
So you also
Okay.
have a 4th plot point now.
Is there ever a cap on the number of plot points one has?
oh,
Nope.
that's
Okay.
fun.
Oh, there we are. I forgot the section on the character sheet for that. Ow! What the heck? Son of this things.
Oh gosh,
Oh.
Scarlet.
You weren't fast enough to beat the thing, but you are able to pull him away from it.
Oh, okay. I do have a doctor's kit with me always.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say, come over here, let me see it, and open up my kit and get some antibacterial cleaning and just put some ointment on it
Okay.
and put a bandage over it.
Bactine. Bactine. Oh, Bactine.
I mean, yeah, no, but yeah, it's literally all the way up your back. It didn't cut that deep because you had a jacket on,
Right.
but also trashed your leather jacket.
Those aren't easy. Those aren't cheap to replace.
No, and I can't fix it. I'm sorry.
At least you have pants.
Yep. Yes, I do. Okay. As a sunburn feeling, got it. So do not cut the vine.
You did get you do have the piece. You guys do have to back up some more because it is reaching out to you,
Oh,
Ugh.
but it doesn't reach that far.
okay. Well, I'm glad we
Wow.
have the piece. I know it hurt, but it's gonna help.
Looking at the piece and kind of looking at the vine as it's kind of trying to reach at us, does it look like it's embedding little tendrils of vine into the wall? Or is it just somehow, does it look like it's got like maybe some sap that it's emitting to stick to the wall?
It's just got sap it's emitting to stick to the.
I can just a little later. Figure out how to grow more of this safely.
Scarlett's gonna ask him, do you recognize it? Is there anything about it that looks familiar?
No, this is definitely a new breed. Or at least new to me.
In the past, well, actually, good little bit of history for people, for the viewers. Everybody else here knows this, but up until recently, there was a White Council wizard that lived in the area, and he recently died a few weeks ago. Up until this point, you'd actually go see him because you kept your nose clean. He had no
Yeah.
issues with you. You go talk to him. He had reference books and the like about it, but since he's died, his nephew has been kind of selling the books and selling the stuff. You talked to the practitioners organization that you're part of, and you think they've set the nephew straight, so it's not dangerous anymore. But
That's good.
you're pretty sure the book is out there. It's not it's not in this guy's study anymore. So, but that would be the reference material you need.
Would I? I'm assuming I'd know of the store that Ava's character's at.
Yep, and I can say because I live in the area, there's really places in a town this size.
So you cut out a little of their audio.
Oh, sorry. There's usually only one or two places like that in this area, in the area. So, yeah, it's either the place. What was the name of the bookstore, Ava?
Relics and Rarities.
Yeah, it's either in Relics and Rarities or an old map shop in a nearby place, but more likely Relics and Rarities.
All right.
Only mostly a bookstore. They also have like old tchotchkes, basically. It's just weird stuff that the owner, Nikolai Underwood, personally likes.
Gotcha.
More to house his collection and just sell stuff on the side.
Well, I'm gonna put the sample, make sure the bag is sealed as tight as I can get it. Put the sample in my satchel there and tell Scar, I was like, yeah, I don't recognize this. And normally I'd go talk to the local, but with his passing and his possessions being splintered off, I'd have to check to see. Either at Relics and Rarities or Map Makers United.
Should we go there?
Aaron?
Yep.
I'm going to hand wave that you've gotten your clothes. At this point, you're able to come back.
Okay.
And you're able to walk upon this scene.
I have different pants on. Yeah. At least for Chris, Scarlett with
looking at Scarlett, I was like, well, before we do, you said there's still a lot of people that are kind of like unease and nervous and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Start rummaging into my satchel a little bit. I pull out a couple of tincture bottles and stuff like that. It's like, I want to whip up a quick like potion of like smells like lavender and chamomile. It gives just kind of that soothing feeling, so that maybe it's something that she can, as a doctor, get in and it's like, here, knowing this is, I feel like this kind of thing, and basically get it into the area to help keep them at least calmer. It may not stop it, but it could maybe slow it.
All right, go ahead and roll to whip it up.
All right, so
would
that be mental plus craft, I would say?
Mental plus craft and potion master, yeah.
You're trying to figure out your difficulty?
Yeah.
Could I use my luckily I'm a botanist from my small business owner there?
Yes, yep.
All right. So then I'll do that.
Give me 1 second.
Yep.
I gotta put it up on the fly.
I'm a botanist.
Jeez.
All right. And I don't get to add both the luckily I'm a botanist trigger and the potion master to this, right? Just one or the other?
Just one or the other, yes.
Okay. All right. So knowledge or mental, craft, my thing, dice token. Yeah. Just a little bit under.
Yep.
Wow, that's a pretty bad roll.
Still no ones.
Yep. No, it was good. I'm just rolling real good. Where you're at, I hear it's a little tough to do for something like that. So
Okay, so maybe I'd have to go back to the shop. It's like, crap. That was lavender extract, not lavender oil. I needed the oil.
So no, but just to keep the game going, I'm gonna let
So-
you guys head to Relics.
Okay.
So you guys took care of the vine problem?
No.
Oh, hey, Roger. Where'd you go?
Hey,
Wait.
the vine it split my pants.
Yeah, split my back.
Yeah.
Oh no, really?
Flex,
Yeah.
see the hole in my jacket?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it did the same thing to my pants.
That's
It got
strange.
real drafty really quick.
Hey, we're going to go to a bookstore to see if Hugo can find out more information about this inappropriate vine that keeps tearing everyone up.
I like that idea.
Okay. You guys go there. And Ava, these 3 people walk in to your store. Do you guys walk in? There's an older man there. Ava will take care of you.
Kassir.
Sorry, Kassir. Kassir will take
Ava
care
is
of
the
you.
player.
Yeah, Kassir will take care of you.
Who's
It's,
this Ava that you speak of?
Should I hire somebody new?
Kassir will take care of you. I gotta take care of something in the back.
So do we know the older gentleman?
It's kind of up to it. This is honestly up to you guys. If you would have been in a place like this or not.
I imagine he comes across some. Well, I mean, they did this time, so
Yeah,
I
it
know
could have happened in the past.
Hugo knows of him. The previous warden told him about this guy just as a, because he's mostly harmless. He just likes to collect things and sell a little on the side.
yeah. He just likes to collect things, and he has no talent.
Yeah.
So he has gotten stuff that shouldn't be out there. Yeah, the old warden. I mean, if you caught the wizard at the right time, when he was in the right mood, he would tell stories about having to haggle with this guy to get the price down to something reasonable, and stuff like that. So, but all in all, yeah, the guy's fine. He really doesn't know what he has. When he gets something, he has no idea what he has.
Okay. Scarlett would have just been given this as a reference from
Yep.
the fellowship that this was somewhere she could go. She hasn't yet.
Right. Okay. So you guys walk in.
Okay.
Yep. Kassir makes her way through the kind of wandering. There's sometimes shelves, sometimes stuff is just stacked. She walks through it like she's natural here. She lives here, basically. She just kind of has this mass of curly, untamed red hair and freckles. It makes her look a lot younger than she is. And she's pretty young already. Hi. What are we, looking for anything specific?
I'm
Or
actually
just browsing?
looking for old books on plants and stuff like that. I actually had somebody I knew in the area that had some of these books. I think his nephew had parted ways with them. I was just curious if the nephew had brought them here to be sold.
Oh, those books. I hadn't quite finished cataloging them all properly. But yeah, let me go grab them from the back and see if the one you're looking for is there.
Scarlett's
weave
just
her
going to
way
be
through.
browsing,
Okay.
looking around.
I think he's got a first edition Grey's Anatomy somewhere.
Nice. I'll look.
And eventually she comes back with a box of the books and sets them on the counter and then starts stacking them out. She'll look at it for a second and then that goes in that stack. That one goes there.
All right.
Do you know
I'll
what
start.
language it's in? Because he's kind of, it was a rather...
This book, do you remember it? He never actually handed it. He never actually let you look at it himself. He would look up stuff for you.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure it was a language you didn't know. You weren't sure, but you didn't know. It was
At least recognize like the spine of it. Like he never hid that from me. Like I could watch him. Like I'd go with him into whatever it's his study.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I'd see him reach for the specific book, so I at least knew like what it looks like on the spine.
Yes. Yep. This particular one was one you went into enough that you would recognize it. So, all right, I'm gonna hand wave. It's pretty easy. You look at that one right there.
So that one, that's the book I've been looking for.
That's in that Celtic Germanic language that you've been having fun. You can kind of read it. Sazir can kind of read it. So you've been having you don't see that many books in that language, so you've been enjoying it. And some crazy stories in there about plants. So yep. You found it. I think she froze up.
I think I'm back.
Yes, you're back now.
There.
Am I back?
Yep.
Yep, you're back.
Okay.
I just assumed you were meditating.
Yep. Okay. Sorry.
So
Nope, everything just kind of froze on my end as well, except for me.
So
Okay, so you found the book.
how much would it be to purchase that book?
Let's she considers for a moment. She kind of looks at it and she's like, this one. And she does some figuring. Nikolai?
Yeah. Coming back.
Yeah, there's just some question about the price of this particular book. I hadn't gotten it praised yet properly.
This is the one you can read, right?
I mean, I can read most of them, but yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I can't read it.
Right, but that's why I've been working on some translations, at least some passages.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Well, if you're working on translations, I don't think I want to part with it right now. I mean, because translating something like that.
Yeah. So she'll turn back to. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Hugo Mitchell, part owner of Remedies.
Okay. Well. Good.
No, I was just going to say it's a natural herbalist thing. You would have heard about it vaguely, depending on how much you.
I don't think she's.
Yep, she's not that. Okay.
She's not in the herbal remedies thing.
Okay.
Okay. So we're not. It's not for sale at the moment, at the very least. But if you know what information you're looking for, I could help. I assume you can't read it.
My mentor actually never really let me look into the book itself. He always
It's not a very common language that you find nowadays. But if you know what
Okay.
information you're looking for, I could help translate and get you the information you need from it.
reach into my satchel, pull out the little Ziploc bag of what I'm hoping is still a vine, and it's not something that has escaped.
You just had to give me that.
That would
You
be
just-
terrifying.
You had to give me that idea, didn't you?
Little shop of horrors.
Yeah.
Please don't release that in my store.
Okay. So you pull it out, and no, it hasn't gotten out of your bag. But it is squirming around. It's twitching.
Did I get a sample that had thorns on it, or was I able to avoid those?
You avoided a section with,
Okay.
so it's not cutting out its way out of the sample bag. But yeah, he pulls this bag out, and it's this. You're guessing snake in a bag in front of you. That's twitching.
This is
So are we
some
trying
rapid.
to you're trying to identify the is that a snake?
No, it's a very active growth of vine. Something that's actually popped up outside the hospital's walls. I've got knowledge about plants and botany, especially stuff in the area, just from what I do, and this is something I've never encountered before. Again, before my mentor passed, I would have asked him about this, but you are the next resource I have available.
Vine. Right. Well, she starts flipping through the book slowly.
Does it look like a snake to me, or does it still look like a vine?
I just picked snake because that's the only thing that would make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, she starts flipping through the book looking for
let's see here.
a reference.
Okay. Go ahead. You go. Go ahead and give me a physical. Plus, I'll say fight.
Physical plus fight. This is a combo I really love rolling, honestly.
Please don't ever make me roll fight.
I don't know if your fight could be much worse than mine, but I mean, we can test that theory.
Well, her
Um,
physical is worse.
yeah.
Mine is not.
Okay, so I rolled a 2 and a 6. You rolled
4 and a 3.
a 4 and a 3. So
Didn't by that much.
it literally jumps out of your hand.
Ah!
You've got it up, and it's twisting, and it jumps and launches itself.
I'm gonna
Anybody-
leap. I'm gonna leap for it.
Okay, give me. Go ahead and this you can add your werewolf to.
So this is gonna be physical fight, werewolf.
Yep. Let's see. So this point.
I'm not wolfing out though.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured that. I mean, roll the
I mean,
difficulty.
I don't want to lose another set of pants.
Let's not scar the poor shopkeeper.
Yep.
I
Okay.
mean, we're already on the way for that, but
Yeah.
D8,
Alright.
D8, and D8. I've got 3 D8.
So
Yay!
No ones.
No one.
no ones. Yep.
And a hero die.
Yep. You get a hero die out of that.
Is it, you have to what? Roll 5 above, or a double, or
5 above.
okay,
So I rolled 4.
right?
And that was your
Oh.
D8. So is it a D8 hero die?
Yep.
I just remember that when you rolled that 20 odd to my 6 or whatever.
Okay. So you're looking at the book, flipping, and then this hand appears in front of you. As Roger grabs the wiggling thing and pulls it back.
I think you lost your snake.
Oh, fine.
Okay. If you say
It's
so.
it's cut from the thing that caused you to lose your pants.
I scowl at the vine.
Don't.
Would you take it back
I
before I
need-
destroy it?
I'll actually do a 2-hand grip to maintain control.
So she kind of, Kassir takes the last book out of the box and just pushes the box towards him. Maybe that'll help.
I will set it in the box.
Okay. Scarlet,
Yes.
go ahead and give me a mental plus notice.
Mental plus notice.
Oh, hang on. Let me roll the
Okay.
difficulty.
Ones. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay, I got you by 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. You've got it. You set it in the box. You hear it jumping around.
While this is happening, Scarlett's going to be distracted by all the books and just start going through them without permission and just
Okay.
trying to find things that she thinks is interesting.
All right. So Cesar is looking through the thing, trying to find that vine.
Also,
Okay.
it's Kassir, hard K sound.
Kassir.
It's an Irish
Sorry
name.
about that. I will get that right.
I can type it out phonetically if it helps.
I've typed that out how I think it sounds phonetically on my note page that I've got for myself.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Go ahead and just this is what you do. So it would be a no plus your distinction and mental.
Mental, no. Okay. So it's
Hang on, let me just roll mine. Okay, is that just me?
Nope, I'm seeing it too.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
what are we seeing?
Oh, your screen went all blurry for a moment.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
He
Give
wants
this
to
a
challenge
shot.
you.
Apparently. Now is when I roll 3 ones.
Shush you.
No, I said that in another game and immediately rolled 2 ones on 2 dice. And that was one of my best rolls. I was like, oh, I said it. I had to say it. I failed.
All right, you're in the section, but it's referring to a different book.
Just start like
going
checking
through the other-
spines and looking
Yep.
for the other books.
Well,
So
could
it's
spend a plot
referring me
point
to
to
another-
increase it, right? Take all
Oh
15.
yeah, how do the plot
Oh,
points work?
actually, because they got 17.
Yep.
Plot points would add more dice, so you could, instead of using just 2 dice, you could actually use the top 3 dice.
Yep.
If you spent 1 plot point.
But okay, so at this point though, the everybody give me a mental plus notice roll. And let me roll the difficulty first. Getting better about that.
That's okay. You'll forget
It might
next
help
week.
if you. It might help if you set the difficulty and then call for the roll.
Yeah, that's what I should do. Yes, I should, and I've done that a couple times already. So okay, so it's 11. What was? Okay, who just okay? So Aaron got a 1, didn't beat me. Now we're on to Scarlet, didn't beat me.
All right, here's Hugo.
Yep.
Oh, I flirted with a 10.
And actually, you tied me. So you tied me.
I also tied.
You also tied me. But I'm gonna give ties to in this situation to the players because you were both looking in that area. That box just started moving a lot more.
Grab. Like, this immediate thought is grab.
Okay.
I was just gonna set like a heavy book on top of it to keep it from
Okay.
moving.
So-
Okay.
So, combo. I'm holding it in place, but you can put the book on top.
Yep. You hold it in place, you throw the book on top, and then out of the box pops the vine.
It's out of the bag. Awesome.
Yes, it's out of the bag and it's growing because it popped out 2 sides of the box.
I want to grab the box and get it outside. I want to take it out of the store right now. I will burn plot points, fire, everything.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's 5 minutes to the end. We could save that for next week
Okay.
Okay.
because I want to take a couple minutes and.
Give me a complication.
Oh, that's true. I got to give you a complication. Oh, okay, that's easy enough. I really should. Yep. Your complication. It startled you, and you've fallen backwards, so you're out of position.
What dice is that? Is it a D4 or a D6?
D4.
I bumped my keister.
Okay. Open question. Did everybody have fun?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Any comments about the story, the system, anything like that?
I think your dice are loaded, but I think that's Roll20's fault, not yours.
That's just roll 20.
You didn't see me last night. I don't think anybody's on the stream from last night. There's a certain roll that's a bad roll. Like in the thing, like rolling a 98 on a D100 is bad. I rolled 3 in a row. This is just Roll20 karma catching up with me. But I mean, as we learn the system and get into it, it's making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not overly convoluted. Okay.
Mm-mm.
No, the system's pretty simple.
Okay. Good. That's what I was hoping for when I started building this. Well, hope everybody who's watching enjoyed this. I promise next week I'll be more used to this because now I get to tape of this and obsess over everything that I did wrong. But everybody have good games, and we will see you next week. Bye.